All right, Len Martez inside the Tampa Bay Buccaneers locker room. Get a chance to talk to rookie cornerback from the Buccaneers, Mazzi Wilkins. Before we get started talking about this year and what you went through, I want to ask you about the fact that you're from Plant High School. Mm-hmm. Another gentleman had a good week, too, as far as Plant High School is concerned, and Peter Alonso. Mm-hmm. Are you a baseball fan? Do you know Pete? Because you guys kind of the same age. You're both 24 years old.
Yeah, I met Pete before. You know, like anybody from Plant who's a big name, I pay attention to, and he's been doing big things since high school. So it's like, but it's really amazing to see how he's doing and taking over now, and I'm proud of him.
Let's talk about you, because you have certainly a lot to be proud of. Less than 4 months ago, you were working landscaping, helping build hotels. But from that standpoint on, from the East-West Shrine game to the point where you were actually working that job, how many times did you have to tell yourself, this is where you were going to be, this is how it's going to work out?
Man, I had to tell myself that every day. I mean, I had to cut people out my life. People didn't believe me. Like, people probably laugh at me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had to stick to my script and and do what I believed and do how I felt in my heart. Like, I had to separate myself and elevate. It didn't work the first time. I had to stay down and just go back to the drawing boards and get it right. So when I get the next opportunity, I would take advantage, and that's what I did. So
we mentioned Plant High School. Obviously, you're also a USF Bulls, so that's where things started for you. But we've talked to you previously, and you talked about how you made your foundation from being a special teamer, and that's kind of how things may work out for you in the pros initially for you, too.
Oh, yes, for sure. You know, I feel like special teams, anybody could play. It's a want to, though. You have to really want to go down there and run full speed and go make that play. You know, it might not get all the attention in the world, but being great, you don't get all the attention behind the scenes when you're working hard. So, you know, you only get it at the end result, and my end result will be making my starting role. So I'm gonna just go out there and run, do my job on special teams, change the field position, because that's still a big part of the game, and that's probably one of the most important parts of the game is field position. So I'm gonna just embrace my role and go and do it, whatever it is.
Now, getting bumped up to the active roster now means on Sunday you may get a chance to actually go up against the New Orleans Saints, which would be certainly a good thing as far as that's concerned. But from your personal standpoint is concerned, what are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
I'm just looking forward to like establishing myself and, you know, just elevate. And once again, I done elevated. I got it on practice squad. I done hit another step where I'm activated. Now I want to get some game reps at cornerback, you know, get a chance to feel that. And then by next year, I want to be competing for a starting role and establishing myself as an elite corner in the NFL. And I'm not even going to just settle for that, because my goal has always been to be a Hall of Fame player, because I know I got the ability to do so. So I'm just taking steps to get to that end goal.
When you speak to defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, and you mentioned the goals that you have, but when we speak to Todd Bowles, the way he speaks of you thinks in terms of those aren't too lofty of goals, because he says you won't take no for an answer and you're on the progression upwards. When you hear that, when I tell you that, what's that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot to me that my coach has that regard for me and he believes in me like that. Now I just have to keep on showing him and keep making him keep that thinking the same thing, because I'm not just gonna stop and get comfortable here. Like, this is just a stepping stone for me. So I just want to keep elevating and growing as a player and as a human. So
you also embrace the underdog tag. Tell us why.
That's just the card I was dealt growing up. I don't know. I was never bigger than everybody, faster than everybody. So in order to have my competitive edge, I had to embrace certain things, and it really is an advantage. When you're an underdog, people tend to sleep on you at times. When you working, they sleeping. Certain people can get comfortable at times. You know, you don't know. That's just how it has always played out for me. So I just embrace the role. You know, I'm always going to work hard. I'm not really worried about what anybody else is doing. I'm not a hater. I congratulate people when they do good. And I feel like that's how you become great, when you happy for others but you still working yourself and you believe in yourself that you could contribute as well. So that's just how I go about it.
Plant High School, USF Bulls, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's our own Tampa's own Mazzi Wilkins.